Nothing shapes our lives more than the commitments we choose in life. Some commitments develop us, and some commitments destroy us. But either way, they define us. My journey in commitment to service began when I started raising questions, like many of you raised today as well. Questions like, what's going to become of me? The situation of the country, the stress, the internal stress that I'm living in, the way of living, and all that. Actually, I started raising these questions when I was living abroad in UAE, until my moment arrived and I decided to come back to Lebanon. A lot of people stopped me. A lot of people asked me if I got mad, if I was sure of my decision. But it was really simple for me. It was very clear. I had a mission to serve, and I wanted to serve in a country where I relate with and to people I care for. It is so beautiful when you know what you want in life. You wake up every morning excited about life. So I came back. I got enrolled in university. I worked very hard to open up my own business. And I also volunteered in every single NGO in the country. Well, at least the ones that I related with. By doing things, by taking these tasks, I learned to create time, to manage all my duties with a servant's heart. And this truth made me grow. You see, millions of books are written on management, then on leadership, and many more workshops are given out on these topics as well. But very few talk about servanthood. It's not a very popular concept. The world defines greatness in terms of power, prestige, possessions, and status. If you have everything, if you demand service from others, you're there, you're leading, you have it all. But who said we should follow the world? We realize greatness, it's so important for us to pause for a minute and remember Gandhi, remember Mother Teresa, look at Pope Francis, and define greatness. We realize that greatness is measured in terms of service and not status. Today, in this power-seeking world, it's so hard to be bold enough to be humble. It's so hard to be strong enough to serve. I mean, even Jim Carrey said, I hope everybody could get rich and famous and will have everything they ever dreamed of, so they know that it's not the answer. I discovered something in leadership through volunteering and services. When I was also at that time unleashing the entrepreneur within me, I discovered the better use of chairs. You see, chairs in leadership are not meant to sit on. They are meant to stand on so you can see the whole picture. And you spot places where you can serve. And you go back down, back to action, back to service. When you see this truth, when you see the whole picture, you feel the duty to act. I also learned to accept realities without denial. The bombings in the country, the bloodshed, the tension in the region, the unemployment rate, I mean, I could go on forever. The list is long. But I chose, and I choose to be an optimist. And I choose to keep the faith and nourish it. And I choose to do something about these. Like the people in Ashrafiyeh, after the bombing there last year. I mean, group of volunteers gathered together to reach out to one another. I mean, we tried to serve in all ways we could. And the volunteers did make a difference in a small way maybe, but they made a big impact. Like the people in Tripoli and Bahia. To this day, volunteers are gathering together and doing like many things to fix the situation. It was a heartbreaking bombing which took place not too long ago. But people are really doing something about that. Like the people I worked with in 2006 during war in Lebanon, where we could have left easily. For 1 month, I was using the chair, going up and down, up and down. It was a good exercise in the heart. I learned one crucial thing in life, that wherever I live, life will never become easier. It's only me that will get stronger. And Lebanon made me the strongest I could ever be. And I owe it to this beautiful country, and I'm paying back with more service. You see, to have a servant's heart doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do big tasks all the time. Servant's heart is revealed in the small acts, in the acts where maybe no one else thinks of doing, in the acts where you do them so humbly, with no intentions, with no expectations, with no thought. For example, when you're hungry, you buy 2 sandwiches instead of 1, and give the other to a homeless person sitting across the street. Speak. Like when you have a coin and you give it to someone who's desperately looking for one at the parking meter, it's a miracle for him. Or when you're kind to someone who's shouting and mad by staying silent. Or when you're a friend indeed to a complete stranger at their times of need. When you help out your mother with housework, when you have a deadline to submit in 1 hour. Or when you come watch TEDxLAU from Abu Dhabi, just because your crazy sister is giving a talk. Or when you volunteer to organize TEDxLAU. هلا غدا ميا سرين إسا سارة سالي براء مصطفى شاد خليل علي نور. You rock. These and more would give the greatest impact on the other, and they would make me want to pay it forward as well. Now imagine if we all do small acts of services every day, we can create a chain of miracles, a chain of goodness, a chain of service by keeping the faith in the best yet to come. I learned that if you want to make a difference in life, check where your heart is committed to first, and evaluate your intentions constantly to be able to act for a higher good with a servant's heart.